This is the summarized version of Persons with Disability Act 2011. Rights and privileges to persons with disability. 1. The right to free education. According to this law, every person with disability has the right to free education in any tertiary or training colleges, as long as that institution has been approved by the Commission or the Ministry of Education. And also, the government needs to ensure that facilities for people with disabilities are available in such institutions. 2. Protection from discrimination in educational institutions. This law provides that nobody has the power to deny any disabled person entry into any educational institutions, be it primary, secondary, tertiary, or university level, for his or her disabilities. If anyone does that, then he or she has committed an offense. 3. Courses to be introduced in public educational institutions. This act has made it a requirement that every educational institution should try very hard to introduce sign language and Braille in their institution. And also, if a student in any of the public educational center can teach sign language properly to his or her colleagues, then he or she is qualified for scholarship or grants. 4. Provisions of medical services. And also, in this act, it is stated that every person with disability has the right to free medical facilities, as long as he or she has undergone a medical examination. If proven to be disabled, then the report will be forwarded to the medical board that is stated in section 7. 5. Compulsory screening at medical centers. The law provides that whenever a child visits any medical center, he or she needs to be checked thoroughly for any signs of disability. 6. Prohibition of denials as employment. This law has made it an offense in case any disabled person with skills and qualification is denied employment simply because of their disability. Then the law is there to try very hard to secure employment for them. 7. Protection from discrimination in employment. That is why the law has made it an offense if any employer tries to create a barrier for the employment of persons with disability, unless the job cannot be performed by them. 8. Employers to retain or redeploy employees. The law is very clear on that. That is why it requires all employers to retain or redeploy any employee if he or she has obtained any disability while working for the employer. The employer needs to give them a position that they will be able to work with even in their disabilities. 9. Discriminatory contract void or not legal. In this law, any contract or agreement with disabled person denying him or her right will have no effect before the law. And also if it is against the rights and privileges in the law, and also if it is against the rights protecting disabled people. 10. Rights to barrier-free environment. In this law, persons with disabilities have the right to access roads, public buildings, and social amenities like dancing halls and technology that help them carry out their day-to-day activities. 11. Access to public transport. The Act has provided that all public service vehicles, that is any vehicle that transports the general public every day or on certain dates, needs to be made in a manner specified by the Commission that can easily be used by persons with disability. 12. Adjustment orders. The law gives power to the Commission to give adjustment order after explaining the reason why they think a particular public premises needs to be accessible to persons with disability. 13. Right of access to public premises, service and amenities. The law gives power to people with disabilities to enter any place where ordinary people enter, whether an entertainment center or a video hall, as long as it does not affect the safety of that person. 14. Sports and recreation. The Act provides that persons with disabilities have the right to recreational and sporting activities free of charge, except if that facility or activity is under hire. 15. Voting access. The National Electoral Law makes voting a right for all citizens above the age of 18, persons with or without disability. 16. Organizations to register. According to this act, all organizations working for persons with disability need to register with the Commission, and a form the Commission provides within 12 months after the first day when this law starts to work. 17. National Development Funds for Persons with Disability. The law has given power to the Commission to set up a fund which is called the National Development Fund for Persons with Disability. Relief from duties. The law is very aware that equipment or items used by persons with disabilities are very expensive due to taxes and other charges, and therefore make provisions to remove all government taxes on materials, articles, motor vehicles, and other equipment used by persons with disabilities. Deductions from income tax. According to this act, the minister responsible for finance or any appropriate authority is required to give special assistance, including financial incentives, to local manufacturers that provide technical help and appliances used by persons with disability. Concealing or hiding a person with disability. According to this law, if a parent or next of kin hides or fails to register a person with disability, then they have committed an offense. And if found guilty, they will be charged with a fine not above 2,000 leones or go to a prison for a year, or better still be sentenced to both fine and imprisonment together. Causing disability to another person. This act provides that if a person willfully or carelessly cause another person to become disabled, then they have committed a crime, and if found guilty, will pay a fine of not less than 20 million leones or go to 5 years imprisonment, or better still, do both fine and imprisonment. General penalties. According to this act, if a person commits an offense and no penalty is stated in the said sections, and that person is found guilty, then he or she will have to pay a fine of 5 million leones or go to 2 years imprisonment, or better still, serve both fine and imprisonment. Additional facilities. For persons with disabilities such as visual, speech, and hearing impaired, the law has made special provisions that any person operating a television station must provide sign language or subtitles for any newscast or educational programs, and most importantly, for national events such as parliamentary debates. Power to take legal actions. The Act gives the Commission the legal right to take actions against any person or group of people who are engaged in anything discriminatory and is against the law, especially to a point that if such discrimination is so great that it arises public interest. Regulations for free legal services. The Act requires the Attorney General to consult the Commission and the General Legal Counsel to make regulations for providing free legal services for persons with disabilities, if only it includes the following. 1. Matters relating to human rights, including the deprivation to their rights to property. 2. Any matter the Attorney General thinks is necessary for legal aid. Rules of Court Committee, responsible to make all court rules and procedures in Sierra Leone, has power in this law to make rules that will provide for 1. Non-payment for persons with disability or fees if it involves human rights violation, or if the Attorney General thinks it is a matter that needs free legal services. 2. Sign language interpretation, braille services, or physical assistance to persons with disability whenever they attend court. Regulations. The Act has given the Commission the power to make rules and regulations that will make this law very effective and implemented accordingly, and to be obeyed by everybody within the sovereignty of Sierra Leone.